Hello and welcome to a new mod showcase episode for Farming Simulator 15. This time we present a modification that adds new aspects to a feature of the game. In the game you can fill silo bunkers in one go and then compact the material quickly and easily by rolling over it a few times. We will show you in a moment what the silo extension mod changes in that regard, so stay tuned. The modification silo extension is installed as usual, just put the archive in the mod folder of the game. Once that is done, the mod is available in each new game and can also be used in any save game. Filling silo bunkers in the stock game is very simple. You just tip grass or chaff into a bunker, roll over it several times with a vehicle until a compression rate of 100% is achieved, and then you cover the silo. Now the material will ferment into silage and can be used at will. The modification silo extension changes a few aspects of this process. First, it matters now what material is filled into a bunker. Silage is not the only end product anymore. Depending on materials like grass, chaff or potatoes and their mixing ratio, the silos can produce hay, silage or feeding mixture. A filled bunker must also be compacted, but it's no longer enough to roll over somewhere at will. The material must be distributed first and the partial piles compacted separately. The last aspect to take into account is durability of the material. Not yet fermented material does not last forever. Once it's filled into a bunker, it has to be covered within a few days, otherwise it will rot. Compaction now plays a role in determining the chance that partial piles will rot during fermentation. The end product can result in manure that has to be emptied out. Silo bunkers can now produce hay, silage and feeding mixture. Each of these three end products require a certain mixing ratio when put into storage, so that the fermentation process will result in the desired product. Hay is the result of a mixing ratio of at least 40% grass. Fermenting such material does result in 100% hay. Silage is the result of filling a bunker with chaff. As long as no more than 39% grass or less than 10% potatoes are present, the mix will ferment to silage. A feeding mixture is the result of adding 10 to 40% potatoes to chaff. Fermenting such a mix will result in the desired feeding mixture. When filling a bunker, some aspects must now be considered. Loose material now has 3 times the volume of compacted material, which results in high piles. If you roll over just one subpile, adjacent piles remain unaffected. The optimum filling and compaction process involves pouring material into a bunker, spreading it with the aid of scoops or shields, and finally compacting it with a silo roller. This process is repeated several times until the bunker reaches the desired capacity and can be covered. The info box contains an overview of the compaction level and subpiles. Silo shields and rollers can be downloaded separately. We are using a silo pack for that purpose. The link is in the video description. The aspect of spreading and compacting material is important because now it can also rot. If you just roll over a big pile, the compacting takes a lot longer. Not compacted subpiles can then rot. Every percentage point difference 100 leads, depending on the difficulty level, to a higher chance that the pile will rot during fermentation and must be cleared out as manure afterwards. Unprocessed material in a bunker does not conserve for an unlimited time. If you fill the bunker with material and let it stay there for a few days, it will rot. Depending on the difficulty level, this can take 6, 3 or only 2 days. Compacted material takes twice as long. This modification makes working with silo bunkers a lot more interesting and increases gameplay aspects of it. It requires some more planning, but that's part of agricultural work after all. The video description has more information and links, and don't forget to thank the modders for their work.